We want to bring you some breaking news coming into us from the United States. President Joe Biden has formally recognized the massacre of Armenians under the Ottoman Empire during World War I as an act of genocide. Now, this move is likely to worsen already frayed ties existing between two NATO allies, Turkey and the US. Let's get more from Hashem Ahelbara.
It's a story more than 100 years old. For Turkey, it's a chapter that's turned. But for the United States and other members of the international community, Turkey must apologize for the events that started in 1915. That was when Ottoman Turks deported hundreds of thousands of Armenians from eastern Anatolia to the Syrian desert. But what happened and how many were then killed remains disputed. Many historians say more than 1 million Armenians lost their lives. Turkish officials deny any systematic killings took place, saying it was time of war and the death toll has been exaggerated. Turkey has always been angered by government describing the event that began in 1915 during the Ottoman Empire as a genocide. The Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day that takes place in Armenia and is observed by many Armenians abroad on April 24th every year is widely seen in Turkey as a Western propaganda aimed at tarnishing the country's reputation.
Turkey has very strong objections to the use of the word genocide. They see it as linking them to the Holocaust, even though these are two separate atrocities 30 years apart, so that's not really the case. They also worry about some kind of legal claims against them, but again, these are tragic events that occurred more than 100 years ago, so that's very unlikely.
The announcement by Biden comes at a delicate moment in US-Turkish relations. Ties between the two NATO allies have been strained for years. In 2020, the Trump administration imposed sanctions against Turkey over its purchase of Russian weapons systems. But Trump and Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan managed to prevent an escalation and described the relationship as friendly. But when Biden was elected president, Turkish officials expressed concerns that might get worse. During the US presidential election campaign last year, when Biden was Democratic candidate, he described Erdogan as an autocrat. And over the last few months, the Biden administration has pressed Ankara to improve its record on human rights. With Biden's latest move, the US joins dozens of countries that have declared the atrocities against Armenians more than a century ago an act of genocide. Hashem Ahelbara, Al Jazeera.